Hi.
It's you.
It is me. It's been so long.
You're making a lot of noise. What do you got going on there?
I'm making. It's happy hour, buddy. So
It is happy hour. We have not done a happy hour for quite a while, have we?
We haven't. So I've already put my bitters in my shaker.
You're making a gold fashioned
No, I'm not making an old fashioned. I'm making a Manhattan
with bitters. You're not using sweet vermouth.
It's right here.
Oh, you are. And bitters too. Interesting.
Yeah.
Bitters typically goes with an old fashioned, not with a Manhattan.
Not the way I would learn to make.
Well, that's because
I just put way too. I'm making a double.
Oh no!
Because you've distracted me
on the fly. Yeah. No, It's a glug. That was good. I like it. Yeah. Well, while you're doing that, I'll do an advertisement, not a sponsor, for my friends at Guinness.
Nice. I like it.
It's the CO2 or the nitrous.
Oh, yes, I like those. I am using my.
Kind of hear it.
Yeah, I did hear it. We heard it very well.
Okay,
it's kind of a gurgling.
Excuse me.
I am using a new whiskey. Not new to me. I have had it before, but it's the first time I've ever put it in a Manhattan, and that is Tin Cup.
Oh,
and so it came with its little tin cup.
How nice! I don't suppose that's Kevin Costner's brand or anything, is it?
No, I originally thought it wouldn't surprise me if it was, but
look at that! Right to the rim.
Look. It's perfect.
I know. Wow, it's perfect as long as I don't spill it on my keyboard.
That would suck. That would suck. All right, here, hold on. I'm gonna. People can listen to me. So one of the other things, the reason I'm having a Manhattan tonight,
yes,
is because I got new glasses because I love glassware. I think you know that.
Oh, I thought you meant glasses you're wearing.
No, I got new glassware, and I got some. They're coupes.
Very nice.
I've never had a nice coupe.
Oh, okay.
Which this is kind of a mix between a coupe and a martini glass,
sedan,
which are kind of the same thing. Right? So there we go. There. Very nice. Now the last thing I'm going to do.
Yes,
and I should point it down. No, I'm not garnishing it because mainly because I ran out of cherries.
Oh my gosh!
I'm not going to garnish it tonight. However, I have to clean up my little mess here really quick. I made a little bit of a mess. At least it's not on my keyboard. But I did bring up my smoker, which does not fit on top. So I'm going to have to hold it.
Oh,
that's going to be interesting. It's okay.
Okay. Well, we want to see that.
So what made you choose a little bit of Guinness? I know you're usually a vodka or not vodka fan.
Vodka or nothing.
Yep.
No, I just had one in the fridge, and actually the reason is I'm doing smash burgers on the griddle after we're done here.
Oh, nice. All right, here we go. So normally you just sit this on top and it would fit, but I'm going to have to hold it. So watch out for my fingers.
Okay. You could actually even do it in the shaker, couldn't you?
I could, but then I'd have to put the drink back in the shaker.
Well, yeah. You could have done it from the start.
I could have, but I didn't know.
Marijuana?
Yes, exactly. So there we go. Now it's a nice smoked Manhattan.
Very good. That is a cool deal, that smoker.
I love it. It does work a little. Well, I haven't tasted it yet, so I don't know if it's. Yeah. I just like the smoke, how it's
wafting,
billowing. Yeah.
That's very nice.
So I don't know if it'll taste any better right now because of the way I did it, because usually it's contained. But you know what? I don't care. It smells good.
Okay. It's the main thing. My head has settled
folks, down. Cheers.
Cheers. Dink.
Dink.
I love Guinness.
I love Manhattans.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Now, you didn't do any, you obviously don't have any appetizers because you did not even do a garnish.
No, you're right. I'm probably going to get smashed by the end of this. By the end of this podcast, and so the pest control people were here. You and I were talking about what earlier because I was trying to get up here to do the podcast. It's a little bit later than we normally do it at night during but that's because I'm just, it's swamped with work, but also because Peyton got into a little bit of trouble because of her attitude. Didn't do anything major wrong, but a little bit of her attitude.
That happens
this past week. It does. So she had her phone taken away from her.
Oh,
and
I wish someone would take mine away.
Me too. Yeah, it's some of the things. It's kind of like there's a meme out there that I see a lot that says I used to, as a kid, going to bed early, having to come home, doing X, Y, and Z were things that I tried to avoid, and really was upset when I couldn't have my way. But now all I want to do is come home, go to bed early, and so
true.
And
I'm gonna have one of my appetizers while you're texting.
Ooh, nice. I am texting, and I'm sorry, but
don't be. Sometimes life gets in the way of PoddiMouths. We know that.
Yeah. Well, it has. I mean, that's what happened last week.
I know. I have, and for me too, you're right. This is blue cheese stuffed olives. This is the kind in a jar that they're not that good. Stuffing them yourself.
So, and yes, you're right. But, and before I forget, so we get those just because they're easy. Mm-hmm. And Jen was at the store the other day and they were out of the blue cheese stuffed olives, but they had cheddar cheese stuffed olives.
All right.
So we got those.
I'm listening.
And I honestly think, again, from the store-bought stuffed ones, so keep that in mind. Put that caveat on it. It's not high quality, any kind of cheese.
Sure.
I actually prefer the cheddar cheese stuffed over the blue cheese stuffed.
Interesting.
And I love blue cheese stuffed.
And that's an excellent disclaimer because when we went to a specialty shop in not far from here in Punta Gorda, and they had the olives that were they were clean, so there was nothing in them.
Okay.
But they also had a $17 half ounce, I think it was half ounce, of smoked blue cheese.
Ooh.
Expensive, amazing.
And
Lisa and I were just like, oh. Yeah, it contributed poorly to my martini drinking, but or contributed well, I might add. I also had these, which we got.
What are those?
We have become Aldi fans. I cut this in half.
Oh, yeah. That's the store cheese that I was talking about.
Yeah, string cheese wrapped in prosciutto.
Prosciutto? Yeah, they have really good ones. You know what? They also have a lot of times when we're there, they have a hot uncured salami. Like very spicy. Oh, so good. So good. I love it. I'll just sit there and eat that all day long. So
these are amazing with Bloody Marys.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah. Because they're, this long like string cheese. And they drop right in beautifully along with, of course, all the other accoutrements. Put in.
Yeah.
Put in. And I'll introduce you finally also to my last of the appetizer menu, and that is gherkins. Little gherkins.
Little gherkins. Yeah. There's so many jokes that could be made about little gherkins. I'm just going to let that one slide.
I think you should.
Yeah.
Good. All right. Sorry to interrupt.
You weren't interrupting. I mean, not any more than when I was texting. So what were we? So we were talking about Peyton, and so I went downstairs to make my cocktail before I came up here, and Peyton was down there hiding from the pest control guy because the pest control guy's been here a really long time, and she's getting all mad because the only thing she can do is watch TV. And I also have all of the TVs locked down to the point where she can only watch one TV in the house because the rest of them operate off of your phone. And we only have one box that you actually have a controller for. Mm-hmm. So she's all pissed off. And I'm like, you know what? I'm sorry. Go do something else. Go read a book. But, it turned into a little bit of an argument. She said, can I earn my phone back? I'm like, sure, you can earn your phone back. How? Be nice. You haven't done very well in the last 5 minutes. So yeah, so it was one of those long conversations. And so I just packed everything in a box and came up here to make my drink because I knew you were waiting.
Well, no, and that's nice of you. I was thinking it would be fun to do a little
be drunk. Yeah.
To do an instructive sort of a podcast.
Yes, that was your idea because I had no intention of doing that on.
Well, and that's why I waited to crack my Guinness because I do like that sound of the nitrous. Is it nitrous? No, it can't be nitrous. It must be just CO2.
I think it's CO2. CO2 cartridges.
It's like a ball.
Yeah. Yep.
It is a ball. But it's fun to do that, and they pour so beautifully.
Yeah,
you gotta let it rest for about 30 seconds before you.
I have a tough time because I sit there and I watch it as it flows up.
I know it's mesmerizing.
Yeah, that's the word I was looking for.
Have you done a black and tan?
Yes.
Okay, and that is also
don't tell anyone
delicious.
From Ireland that you do that, but yes, I have.
Well, as long as you're using 2 Irish beers, I wouldn't think they'd be too angry with you. But
you would hope. You would hope.
I could be wrong.
Yeah, just don't use so something I've noticed, I know we're kind of going everywhere already, but
that's all right.
One thing that you and I don't usually do on this podcast, but we're both doing right now as well.
Eat.
No, look what's on our head.
No hat.
No hat. We almost always wear a hat. I'm
fresh out of the shower. Well, fresh,
Yeah, you're never really fresh. Without a smile. Sorry.
Wow. All right. I know what you did with the money.
My Annie interpretation right there.
Yes. What did you do with the money for your singing lessons?
Pissed it all away, obviously.
Obviously, so did I.
No. Yeah. So I'm sure our listeners are really enjoying you and I just kind of making fun of each other and eating.
I think they're fine. I'm the only one eating. I know you're not enjoying that.
I should be.
You don't have anything.
I don't. I didn't get it fast enough. When you're the guy who sits up in his office all day and then goes downstairs to cook dinner really fast and then goes back to work, I haven't done the dinner part yet.
I have been the same guy today, except haven't done the dinner yet. You're right.
Yeah.
Same thing.
So snacking sounds good to me, though. So I've had this conversation with some of our friends and coworkers that when I am home by myself, I don't really make meals. I just snack all day long. I don't go and I don't, even if I were to cook a steak, I would probably cook a steak for an entire week and chop it up so I could snack on it through the entire week. That's just the only reason I make meals is because of Peyton and because of Jen.
I think it's a dude thing, though, don't you?
It could be a dude thing. Well, but I've never been really classified as a dude. I mean, yes, I have.
It's nice that you're growing in that direction.
I guess. Yeah, because that's the last thing anyone thinks of Nick is, he's a man's man.
No, they think bro.
Dude.
Bro, dude.
Yo, brah. Whoa.
Yes. I don't mind not being called brah.
Yeah, me either. I know. I like saying it because it's fun. Actually, you know what? I don't even like saying it, but I do like thinking it and writing it. Like if I'm responding to something. No. Whatever, John. Whatever.
I'm just saying, I was going to go pro with that one. At one point.
You're going to go bro?
Bra removal.
Bra. Yeah.
No, I was going to go pro with bra removal.
I'm very...
Because I was
going a different direction. I got you. I'm just ignoring you now.
Yeah, no,
I'm going a different direction. Can you see my new shirt?
The Nashville Sounders.
Sounds.
Sounds, not Sounders, because they're from Seattle.
But I'm going to age myself right now. I did not know this until I saw this T-shirt, and now we have like 3 T-shirts in the house. Like when it was founded.
Can't see behind your microphone.
It's right here.
1978.
Yeah, which is my birth year. So the Sounds are the same age as I am. And we've found a new yeah. Truth bomb. Boom. Blow that shit up. No, I was very happy about that because we have been doing more and more with the Sound. We're still not, I would not say, and I think we discussed this on a previous episode, but I would not say I'm a baseball fan. But I do enjoy the going out to the field and seeing the game and all the other stuff that goes with it. I do enjoy that. It's a good family outing. And the fact that it actually, I have something to connect with everything out there. I think it doesn't matter whether it's sports or theater or anything. If you have something that connects you to it, even if it's something as goofy as the date that it was established being the same year you were born, then it just makes it that much more, not thrilling. Give me a good word for something other than thrilling. Oh,
fun.
There you go. See? Simple is good. And John, out of most people I know, simple. You're the simplest. Yep.
Very simple.
Yeah, I said simplest instead of most simple. And you didn't even comment.
Because simplest is correct. Good gracious.
Is it?
Dude.
Wouldn't it be more simple? Oh, simplest. I didn't know that.
Simpler, simplest.
Interesting.
Simple, simpler, simplest.
Yes. So I don't know. I'm sure. He was your manager at one point, but because we share the same manager. But our current manager. Hopefully, he's not listening. Hey, Chris, how you doing, buddy? He was a former English teacher. And it was funny this recently, I think in the last few days, he actually sent a document out to all of us to proof for him, which even if I were a good grammarian, I would still do that no matter what. I still have Grammarly and I still ask for people's opinion. And there's a lot of other reasons, not just grammatical things, but
correct.
He sent it to us to kind of look at and give our opinions on. And I have Grammarly, speaking of, not a sponsor, ding. Thank you. I have that on pretty much everything on my system. So anytime I write something, Grammarly double checks it. So I open this up in Word, this document that he sends, and he's asking, are there anything I missed, anything I need to change? Is there, how does this look? And of course, Grammarly picked out one sentence and said, this is not the right sentence. This is not how you should write it. Here's your suggestions. So I took a screenshot and I said, well, I think it's fine, but Grammarly obviously has a problem with it. I don't know if I believe Grammarly or the English teacher, but, here you go.
That's funny.
Oh, it was. He enjoyed it. He's got a really good sense of humor.
Yes, he does.
I'm not telling you when, but since we were talking about 1978, his date is not the same. But did you know that Chris and I share a birthday?
I did not, because you...
Yeah. You don't even know when my birthday is.
I do, actually. If you remember, I sent you that stupid thing one year, or the cake thing or something like that.
Was that on my birthday or because I was deathly ill and you didn't think I would survive?
Oh, was it?
Okay.
Whatever.
Yeah, it's actually still...
Save this for your birthday.
Where is it?
Oh, you threw it out. Don't pretend.
No, I didn't. I still have it. No, I still have it. It's around here somewhere. Like after I cleaned my office, I moved it. It was. I loved it. I actually recently... What was it? I got one for Jen recently, too, because I just loved it so much. So that made a big impact in my life, John.
It was... I somehow learned what your birthday was. And it was last minute send, so it worked. Somebody else did the shopping. So
here's another one for you. I call it a mind F, a minor mind F. It's a very small one. And I sent this to our buddy Matt today. So my best friend, not that all of my friends like you and Matt, they're all my best friends, but my oldest best friend is his birthday was technically the 22nd of September. And his name is TJ. He was, in fact, folks, TJ was our very first listener.
Oh.
I don't think he's listened since, but he was our very first listener. For the very first episode 5 years ago, his name is TJ. TJ was the very first listener. Well, TJ's birthday is September 22nd.
Today,
but
as we're recording.
Today is the September 22nd. But I had to wish him a happy birthday on the 21st.
Why?
John, can you tell me why I had to wish TJ a happy birthday on the 21st so he would have a happy birthday on the... Yes, he is in Australia.
Look at me.
It's just so weird. And I, it's not, because if you think about it, it makes perfect sense. But at the same time, if you're just glancing at that type of thing, you're like, ooh, that's a mind fuck. Because I've really got to make sure I actually have to put it on my calendar to remind me to wish him a happy birthday a day before his birthday, so he actually gets the wishes on his birthday.
Having spent 3 weeks in Australia, I can tell you it changes your perspective on all of that, time zones. And I mean, it does, because I used to have to call Lisa at the complete opposite time that I should have normally been calling her just to check in, So,
well, I had to actually watch
perspective.
I had to watch the clock because I didn't want to send it on the 21st.
Right, too early.
So I had to wait till it was the 22nd. So I think I think it was like 10:30 or 11:30 or something like that. I had to watch that time because that meant it was midnight in Australia, so I could wish him a happy birthday.
That's awesome.
Which, to his credit, so I told him when I wished him a happy birthday, I said, "Happy birthday, TJ. Hopefully you'll get through this year without having to lose any organs." Oh. So now, story. Now, I was trying to pique everyone's interest. Hopefully I did so. Yeah.
Hopefully.
So TJ actually donated a kidney. And he's still recovering from that operation because he did that about a week and a half ago. He donated a kidney. Very cool. The reason, now, this is the part that's really interesting. Now, TJ would do something like that. That's just his personality. However, the reason he did it was because his wife had to have a kidney transplant. And he wasn't a match, obviously. Mm-hmm. So she got a kidney. And the joke was, and I thought it was just a joke, but until this happened, I was like, and they actually clarified. In Australia, there's a thing where you get one, you give one. Meaning, she was able, and I don't know how much of this is free or anything, but she was actually given a free kidney, basically, from what I gleaned from what they were saying. Got a free kidney because TJ was willing to donate one of his to someone else who needed it. And I thought that was pretty damn cool.
Well, it is, although...
You're giving up a kidney. He doesn't need his kidney. He just needs his liver.
It kind of reduces it when you suddenly turn it into, well, you can get it free if you have...
Yes, I understand what you're saying. It seems a little
like getting a free oil change or something like that. I mean,
kind of. Away, I mean, that's what your kidney basically does.
Yeah, sort of. It takes away, and you should also know it actually manages your blood pressure, which I did not know.
I didn't know that.
Are in control of your blood pressure. Yes,
man,
so you go.
I'll drink to that.
As you should. Cheers. Here's the blood pressure.
Cheers.
Sure, my doctor is pissed right about now.
Well, because he listens, right?
Let's say he or she does. I have several doctors.
I know. I was going to say that next, but you ruined my joke. Yes. Thanks.
It's not a joke. They're awesome. All of them.
Only until the insurance doesn't cover it.
Then they're still awesome, but they're just expensive.
They're awesome assholes.
Wow. No, they're not. They're great. I would never say that.
They must listen. Wow.
Well, no, but you never know. And so you got to be careful, because I would be delighted if they did. But I'm guessing they're probably busy, particularly how difficult it is.
Yeah, I definitely don't think they should listen to a PoddiMouths episode while they're doing surgery on someone. Well, that would really, because they'd start laughing so hard.
I'm not sure. It might actually calm them down and not
tonight.
Laugh. No laughter. No, we're doing happy hour. I think every surgeon loves happy hour.
Good point.
When somebody else
Good
does
point.
it.
That's
I don't know.
No. I'm going to leave that one alone because you're not wrong.
We probably should. Oh yeah, and as you would know, you're right. Your family, you have a family knowledge of such things.
Yes. Can you hear Bonnie?
Awesome. I do not.
There she is.
Bon. Does she have the cone of shame off?
She does not. She no longer has the cone of shame.
Yay, Bonnie! Come here, big girl. Oh, and there's Clyde.
Yep, Clyde.
He's
jealous.
Small. She is smaller.
Yeah, she is. Look, Bonnie. Look.
Well, hi, Bonnie. What a sweetie. What a sweetie. I know Clyde's your favorite, nervous. John.
Yeah, Clyde.
Why is she nervous? Because I'm here?
I don't know. It's weird. Maybe she just doesn't want to be on camera.
I make dogs nervous.
You do make dogs nervous. There's my buddy Clyde right there, too. Come here, buddy.
Hi.
You come up?
Where's Clyde?
Clyde, come here. Come here. Up. There he is.
What a good boy. Lisa watches the chicks on the right. So there I go, giving away her political preference. But
I thought you were talking about the Dixie Chicks who dropped the Dixie in the Chicks.
No. No. Chicks on the right are a conservative-leaning couple, not a couple.
Lisa's conservative?
Yeah, I know. That's hard for you to believe.
Love you, Lisa.
Yeah. They are quite good, interesting to listen to, as long as you can get by some of they call people guys. You guys. And this is a constant with them. As long as you can get past that, they're kind of fun to listen to. But one of them in particular is a big dog nut, and I mean really big, but also really big dogs.
Let's leave like the dog dachshunds. Nuts alone, okay?
Wow,
dachshunds. She's the dog.
No, not dachshunds. Big dog. What are the massive ones?
Great Danes.
Great Danes. Thank you. Sorry. I have not had either, so I can't really be. Dachshunds are
we're talking
a little smaller.
Very different. Dachshund,
yes. They're
Great
like
Dane.
wiener dogs, right? Wiener dogs.
That is a dachshund, yes.
Well, she is a Great Dane lover. And she has had 3 of them, and one they had to put down.
Shit.
Yeah, and they're just massive.
They're just
massive. Such good dogs. Then they sadly had to put one down because he had some sort of a traumatic thing that they could not fix. 6 years old. Yeah. That's the problem with big dogs.
That is, the smaller the dog, the longer they live.
Typically, yeah, that's a good rule of thumb. And often, and we thought this when you get a rescue dog, because they have so many breeds mixed in that they tend to be healthier. Well, not necessarily the case. In reality, but it does happen that way. But they certainly live longer. So 6 years old, I can't even imagine, because it's just
I had to put my pug down at 8 years old, and she should have lived until she was 12 or 13. So
and you kind of assume that too, Again, not such a huge dog, and we had a Weimaraner that lived to 11 seems to be our key time frame, because that was about what it was, I think, for Indy as well when we put him down, which is not a fun chore.
No, it's not.
Anyway, so not to make it a sad situation, but actually fun. Well, I know, but it shut you up. No, I'm just kidding.
It didn't. I'm just waiting.
She would. I know. I'm just kidding. She would, at the end of their podcast, video podcast like we do.
We're on video.
Kiss. You should probably put clothes on. She would kiss the dog's face. Like that sort of a thing, and then he would flap his ears, and that was the funny, do a flap, and they would kind of end many of their shows that way. Well, just sad, because now they put him down. Well, one of the other ones, they're female, she did the same thing to her at the end of one of the show, and for the first time ever, she flapped her ears after they put him down. So it was a cute thing.
Cute.
But gosh, you just 6 years is just such a short time. And
that is a short time.
Do you continue with that breed? They're wonderful dogs.
And that's the thing. That's exactly it, because I love Great Danes. My dad, the same time I had my pug was jet black. Her name was Buka. Jet black.
What? What was
Buka?
Buka. Nice.
Buka. I did not name her. Anyway, my dad had a Great Dane Mastiff mix.
Mastiff. Oh my goodness. Yeah. We had neighbors with a Mastiff. Another huge big dog.
Great Dane Mastiff mix. So massive dog named Bertram T Dog. The T stands for the, by the way. So Bertram the dog.
Excellent.
Bertram's head was the same size as my pug.
Wow.
I somewhere I have a picture of my pug. I'm holding her in front of Bertram's head. And it was exactly the same size. It was crazy. I have another picture the same day that I took, and I thought it was the field where all the horses were, the pasture. And Bertram was standing in the middle of the pasture, and you swore everyone looks at that picture and going, "Wow, that's a black horse." No, that's my dad's dog, Bertram.
Wow.
I mean, his fist was. I mean, his paw was the size of my fist. It was huge. And you heard him when he was coming up the stairs. I mean, it was, oh, here comes. And then his little sister, who was a 100% Great Dane, his little sister was Ms. Mouse. So the Great Dane's name was Mouse.
So what did, what kind of, how heavy was Bertram?
I don't know. Mass, 200 pounds? 200 pounds.
Wow. Really?
He was huge. He was massive.
That's a big puppy.
Because Great Danes are big, but they're lean. Mastiffs are not lean.
Are big.
They're just big.
Yeah,
so when you combine the two, you've got the height and the girth. Yeah. And he was a massive dog.
Well, and our neighbors had one in Michigan behind us, and a female Mastiff, and she was just a sweet dog. They're just they're so such nice demeanor.
So are Great Danes. They're just cuddle bugs.
So it's not a bad, no, exactly. It's not a bad mix, but oh my gosh, they think they're smaller than they are.
Oh yeah.
And they are. They cuddle and all of that. But that aside, and maybe because of the size of the poop and the amount of food they eat, it's the longevity that would prevent me.
For longevity and the gas.
Kidding. They have gas too?
Oh God. Clear a room. So ask another one of your former coworkers, one of my current coworkers, Ryan. Yep. He has a Great Dane, and we were on the phone the other day, and he started gagging on the phone, and I'm like, "What happened?" He's like, "My dog just farted," and it was bad. He had to leave the room. He's like, "This is nasty. This is the worst thing I've ever smelled." I don't know how long he's had him either, because I'm like, Ryan, you should be used to that. It's a Great Dane.
Well,
come on.
That's or what do you feed them? Because that's usually
that too.
That is usually the culprit. I mean,
yes, when
you have some consistency of food, that's because you're right. I mean, and Ryan is right. If you feed them anything off the norm, jeez. And that's not just Great Danes. I mean, that's
any dog, but when you've got Great Dane, I mean, the amount of food a Great Dane will eat too is just incredible. It's incredible. Yeah. Well, it probably, cause you to go into bankruptcy if you were
close.
Yep.
I would go with a Shih Tzu if I were you, Bob.
Yeah, there you go. Shih Tzus are, I can see that. So
they're a little smaller. As long as they're not barky. I'm not a big barky guy. Dog guy.
Our dogs are not barky, but the whole reason we got on this topic was the whining. They have been. It seems like every month they get more and more, not whiny, but there is.
Talky.
They're very talky, and they just want your. But you know what it is? I blame COVID for it, because
you gave them
ever
so
since
much more
we've
time
been
and attention.
Home, exactly. Now we're out and about a lot more and more. As time goes on, they want more and more attention because they had so much, not because they need it, just because they've had so much.
Interesting point.
Yeah,
interesting point, and doesn't surprise me too much.
Right now, they are both right at my feet, the back of my feet right now, laying right here. So they're not whining anymore. Probably because I picked them up and I petted them, but they are I can't move my chair right now. I don't know if you guys have noticed. I've been moving everything but my chair because they're under it, and I would roll over them.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah, I don't want to do that.
That would not be nice.
Yeah, so when are you guys getting a dog? Because I saw Lisa posted something about dogs on Instagram the other day.
Look at dog porn, and she will look at just anything anyone posts about dogs. But I think we've agreed that we're probably done with dogs, and as much as we miss them and
next
love
week?
them, it's always a possibility, though.
It's kind of like what? Yeah, I was going to say it's kind of like my dad saying, "Oh, I'm not getting married again."
Yeah. Well, I'm not because I'm on my first wife. still.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying I'm comparing the dog conversation to the wife conversation.
It's totally different. Yeah, it's different getting married and getting a dog. I don't know if you knew that.
So Peyton's birthday is very near mine. And one of the things that she said because I think at least I talked to you about the whole surprise birthday thing that we did. But guys, I'm sorry, I won't bore you with that. But one of the things while I was preparing for that was she wanted to tell me, Dad, I want to go just to see the dogs, but I want to go to one of the shelters just to see, because she loves the shelters. She actually made money to donate to the shelters at one point. I mean, she loves them.
Awesome.
Then she said, I wanted to do that. That was going to be my birthday wish. But then I realized if I went with you, we'd come home with a dog. And I'm like, baby girl, you are 100% correct.
Yeah, because you're the softie.
I am. Well, I follow the Nashville Humane Society, and I look at dogs, and I'm like, yeah, I take that one. Yep, I take that one. Yep, I know. Yep, can't go visit because I would. If I go to one of those places, I am coming home with a dog.
We are definitely the same way, so we're not even going to do it.
Yep.
But we love it when friends bring dogs over.
It's kind of like grandchildren, right?
Well, it kind of is, except you. It's like I equate it to friends having a boat. I want to go out on a friend's boat. I want to pet and spoil a friend's dog.
Yep.
Grandchildren are a little different, happily.
Yeah.
But
maybe.
No, they are. But it's great to have something you don't have to come and visit and, make that connection, because we love dogs. We absolutely do. And I try to love cats. My buddy Matt and his wife have a cat, and that cat is evil. But I will pet her, and because I know how far you can go. At some point with her, she just goes off, and I can't figure it out.
I hate
she'll
cats.
come over and she'll be purring, and I'll pet her, and then suddenly she got me on the wrist last time I you little bitch.
I would go if I went to the Humane Society and all they had was cats. I definitely wouldn't come home with a cat.
Yeah,
I hate cats.
I'd come home with an emu.
I have had cats, and I have loved the cats that I've had, but I do not like cats.
Me too. Well, I'm allergic. I'm allergic to dogs too, but it's the dander probably. When I pet cats or dogs, I have to wash my hands when I'm done. Because if not, my eyes will just be totally swollen.
So before I come visit, I'm going to roll in cat dander and then come see you.
It's okay. I'll still play with you, but I'm going to wash my hands after I'm done.
Are you going to use a little mouse on the end of a stick?
Maybe. Pat and Carrie got a laser pointer thing.
Oh, I love those.
It just kind of goes around the room, and the cat's like, "No, I'm not interested. I'm not interested." She's just all over. It's pretty fun, pretty entertaining.
When the puppies were puppies, I used to do that all the time, and they would play. Now they look at it and just kind of go, "Yeah, whatever."
Yeah,
that's a laser pointer. I know that shit.
Show, yeah,
exactly.
I'm waiting for a PowerPoint presentation because you have a laser pointer. Yeah,
exactly. Well, so Bonnie. I'm not going to do the voices, but Bonnie and Clyde have very distinct voices and very distinct personalities based on those voices.
I think you should do the voices.
Clyde is very much a doy. How you doing?
Okay.
That type of. And
Clyde.
Bonnie's like,
I could tell that was Clyde.
This shit sucks. I hate this shit. You guys you are a son of a bitch. I hate you so much.
Wow.
Yeah. Bonnie's a little bitch. I mean, she really is.
I like Bonnie.
I know you. You probably. Yeah. Most people do. Strangely enough. Well, and Clyde's like, I don't know, guys. What do you think? Very slow. He's got a little bit of a southern accent. Yeah.
Clyde sounds a little like Barney Rubble. I'm not sure if that's on purpose.
Very much so. Very much. No, very much on purpose. Yeah. That's his whole personality.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gee, I don't know what's going on here, but I sure do love you.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That sounds just like Barney.
Yeah. Yeah. He's those are the personalities of those two. And
funny.
Boy, do they live up to it. To the point where, go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, who is Bonnie patterned after?
Bonnie.
The voice.
Bonnie. Oh, the voice is just no particular person, just a bitch. Literally a bitch. Literally and figuratively a bitch.
So if you have a voice like that Nick just
she's a Karen.
demonstrated, you might indeed be a Karen.
Yeah. Yeah. No, she's
okay.
like, she does not, she refuses, no matter how bad she has to pee or poop. She refuses to go outside.
Well, it is easier indoors. I refuse to go outside too.
I agree. But I mean, she will, if you don't either carry her out to the yard, because we have a patio between the house and the yard, concrete patio. You have to carry her to the grass, or I sit at the door and I go, Bonnie, go, Bonnie, go, Bonnie, go, Bonnie, go, until she hits the grass. Otherwise, she will stop on the concrete and do her business.
Well, at least.
And then she will look at you and go, what are you going to do about it?
Oh my gosh. That's awesome.
Oh, she is. Love her. Don't get me wrong, but she is the major bitch. Sorry, guys. I'm not being politically correct right now.
If you just tuned in, we are not talking about our families. We are talking about.
Well, I didn't know that we are, because we're talking about our dogs.
Trying to save your ass.
Yeah, but my dogs are my family.
Oh, I see. Okay. I just wanted to make sure that you weren't.
I'm accused I spend more time with my dogs and love on my dogs more than I do my family. So my dogs are my family.
All right. Well,
that's not true, folks.
Yeah. Gonna leave it all alone. I don't want to get you in trouble.
Should. I probably got ourselves in a lot of trouble. I mean, this is probably the end of PoddiMouths right now.
We've been so close for so long. It doesn't really matter.
So long. It just pushes.
But I will say that this is probably the best happy hour one we've done, because you haven't even had a full drink.
I did. I had a full drink.
Is it all gone? Okay.
It's all gone.
Did you taste the smokiness? How was the smokiness?
I did. It was a little too smoky. I think I might have.
Really?
That second burn probably was too much.
Yeah. Was it pot? Was it like?
No, it is. I think it's
applewood.
Could be applewood. No, it's cherry. Cherry.
Oh,
Middleton Mixology, folks. Not a sponsor.
How about that? Ding. Got it.
Thank you.
Slowly. That was really behind.
It's okay.
Well, that's cool that you were able to try that, and you didn't have to have a full seal on.
No, that's good to know. That was very good to know. Yeah.
But I was surprised and pleasantly so how it.
So I got it for his birthday in June, July. It was July. I got one of my buddies a different type, which this one actually covers the drink, because that's usually when I go to a bar and get the smoked anything. It's usually they cover the whole drink, and so mine just it's a topper and it goes in, and this one it's a whole thing.
Interesting.
I don't know which one I like better.
I've seen, in fact, the first time we had a smoked old fashioned or Manhattan or whatever it was in Wisconsin at a wonderful French restaurant. Oh my gosh, it was so good. And I think we celebrated our anniversary there, if I'm not mistaken. La Crosse, Wisconsin. And it was an amazing place. But they had this stone bar in the basement of this, like a French home almost. And the bartender offered to do a smoked old fashioned. Pretty sure that's what it was. And Lisa decided to have one. And they actually smoked the glass itself.
Yeah.
Excuse me. And I'm not sure how it all. I mean, because there was nothing in it. They had it upside down.
Yep. They recommend doing that
some time ago. Yeah, I'd never heard of that. Upside down with a glass, and it's filled with smoke. And then they iced and poured the shaker contents in.
So,
and man, it was very much smoky.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that. So when I read the directions, and I did it differently tonight because I didn't have all of my tools.
Okay. Yeah.
Normally I don't shake a Manhattan.
Okay.
Normally I stir a Manhattan.
I would too.
So the recommendation with the Middleton mixology smoker is to smoke your drink after you smoke the drink after you've poured everything in. Then you move the smoker over to the glass and smoke the glass while you're stirring with the smoke in. Yeah, it's a big process. That's why I didn't do it.
Guess.
And then you take the smoker off and you pour it into the glass. So you've double smoked it, and that's supposed to, and it is very good. Don't get me wrong. Sure. It's very, very good, but it is very putsy.
Yeah. Yeah, I would think, but whatever. It's fun when you're not doing them every night.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, maybe. Exactly.
This is really a lot of work.
It was special for this occasion for tonight.
How nice. How nice. And it is a Friday before
it is a Friday.
Tuesday. Before our
exactly.
Tuesday.
Friday before the Tuesday. Well, and because it's Friday, I think I'm going to go down and have some snacks.
As you should. And I'm going to throw on some smash burgers.
Nice.
With taco shells.
Why are you doing smash burgers instead of Juicy Lucy's?
Because these are way better. I don't know. I don't know how to tell you. I love Juicy Lucy's too. But
we should I want to make a goal for 2024.
Yeah.
So we have, not only do we have 3.5 months before 2024, but then we have a whole 12 months after that to get this accomplished. But I want to set a goal for PoddiMouths. I want to do a podcast in the upper Midwest, Wisconsin, Minnesota, whatever, wherever we can find a good Juicy Lucy. I want to do a podcast from a restaurant that serves Juicy Lucy's. If we can do Matt's, that would be the best thing ever. But anywhere that they would serve a Juicy Lucy.
I've been to Matt's, so we could absolutely do that. I went.
No, not your friend Matt. Matt's the bar.
No. Matt's is the bar. I've been there, you spaz. And I went with Calvin. Remember our friend Calvin?
And Helps?
Former co-worker. Yes.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
And it was great. We had a fun time in the middle of the
Matt's
day.
Is great. Matt's, really folks, not to be a downer at the end of the podcast, but that was my mom's last meal before she passed away, was a Juicy Lucy from Matt's.
Was it really? I don't think that's a downer. That was a choice, and I think that's wonderful. Yeah.
Yep.
I think that's wonderful. Well, I would do Juicy Lucy's. I'm doing smash burgers because I love them, and I've learned to do them with the. I first do the flour tortilla, and smashing it with that on it. And then flip it and put cheese and everything. Oh my gosh!
Yummy.
And Lisa
You're
loves
making
them,
me hungry,
which makes it even better. So
exactly,
it's not tough to make you
that
hungry.
makes it a lot.
Especially after
we do a lot of tater tot hot dish for that same reason. So anyway, on that note, folks, have a great week. I hope you enjoy this episode. I know it's a little bit out of the ordinary for us because we didn't have any topics to really cover and nothing really to talk about. Let's do happy hour. But if you want to hear some of our other happy hour episodes, head up to PoddiMouths.com. Check out all of the episodes that are there, available on all of the networks that you can download or just stream episodes for your podcast. Or you can go to YouTube. And if you go to YouTube, please smash that like and subscribe button.
Boom! Smash it.
Yeah. Smash burgers, baby. Boom.
Wow.
Have a great week, everyone. We'll see you next week.
Tell when it's been a happy hour. See y'all. Bye.
Bye.